Come here. Oh, that sounds dire, doesn't it? Hello and welcome to this year's manga room tour. Usually this time of year I do a big hella multi-part saga collection tour. Unfortunately this year I've just not had the time in the lead up to my holidays, and I did promise Ben a few years ago I would stop recording them on my holidays so we could actually do fun things. So what I had tried to do last year was film it like starting November, but I just didn't have the time. They usually take me about 60 to 70 hours to do everything, and I just couldn't. This isn't the end of the manga collection tours. I'm gonna still do one, I think, mid next year when it's a little quieter for me. But so you still have something. We're going to do a manga rooms tour with our wonderful cameraman, Benjamin.
Hey.
Thank you, Ben. I have no idea if that's going to pick it up because I'm using a different mic this time. I should have given you the other mic. So if you've been around, you know that there are 3 rooms in my house with manga in, and this is the main room. This is technically our living room. So if you go around the room, Ben, you'll be able to see all of the bookcases, all the very tall bookcases. So in here we have, how many do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 full width Billy bookcases and 1, 2, 3, 4 half-width Billy bookcases. So we pretty much have lined every wall that we can. We do have the fireplace very rudely stopping some more bookcases. We have a radiator also very rudely in the way. And then we have windows. Not that we ever open those curtains. I mean, to be fair, if you look at the bookcases, they are also slightly covering some of the curtains. If you look at the ends of the curtain rail, there is bookcases covering them. Nice zoom in, Ben. The lighting's not great in this room anyway. We are on the ground floor. The way we're facing and right outside of the big massive hedge, so you don't really get any natural light in here anyway. Hence why we don't really open the curtains. And there's another reason that I added the fairy lights to these shelves in the first place. So back originally, I had some Argos shelves. I think I had 4 on these walls. These were the first ones I had shelves on. I have always had a bit of a thing for fairy lights, even when I was at like university. Never used the main light, fairy lights everywhere. I did have battery ones back then, but I've now leveled up to plug-in ones. Trying to find like 50-meter long fairy lights with the cabling being the right colour is very tricky though. So you always stock up around Christmas time like I do. If Ben goes further back, you should be able to see how tall the bookcases are. Possibly. Ben's back there. Hopefully you can see how tall. Can you see the top of the bookcase, Ben?
Well, yeah, but I can't get the top and the bottom in shot once.
You can do a pan.
Just about.
So for reference, I'm 5'4". I think the ceilings are about 10-ish foot, maybe. So these are a regular Billy bookcase that goes to here, and then there's 2 extensions on top. And then I very bravely, or stupidly, have put more manga on top of some of these as well. Predominantly it's long-running series, so I've got like Attack on Titan, Berserk, Blue Exorcist up there, as well as just some like shorter complete ones that I was trying to pull out to make space. You might notice that there are a couple of places where I've started to do some double stacking like this. I'm not too against it, doing it like this so you can still see what's behind it. I actually quite like it. I think it adds some nice dimension to the bookcase, to the shelves, and then I can put things on top. I do quite like doing that as well. I have bought a whole bunch more, I think, bits to go on my shelves. I can't remember if I had these for the collection tour last year, but I've definitely gotten like more Nendoroids and bits, acrylic stands from like MCM, some blind boxes, like these Skull Panda plushies here. These I think from all the same set, season 2. There's also some Nendoroids that need to just go upstairs, like this Rem one should really go sit with ReZero. I've just not taken her up yet. While we're here, it's probably worth showing you the corner of shame. One of the reasons I didn't manage to start the collection tour was just forever having stuff to put away. Now, it's not as bad as it looks, though it's still bad. I'm not trying to completely excuse it, but actually a large chunk of it is stuff that I've read, and it's stuff that I need to put away from like my reading vlogs. It's probably about half net new and reading vlog stuff, but I only seem to manage to get around to putting stuff away like once every 4 months or so. I think it was August the last time I did one, so it's been accumulating since then, including some reading vlogs I was catching up on. So I think like the June and July reading vlogs are still in here. I'm hoping again towards the end of December to get around to finishing sorting that out. We usually just kind of There we go. Now you can't see it. That's where Ben usually sits to play his games on the monitor. He gets the monitor.
Hey, I'm facing the wrong way.
What do you mean?
When I sit on the chair.
Oh, well, you turn the chair around. You don't sit this way and then play a game sideways so you get a little crick in your neck.
I've got a mirror.
You've got a mirror.
Yeah.
Oh, you don't. Don't make it sound like I treat you this badly. But I also use this trolley down here. This is like next stuff that I really want to read. I try to use the bottom shelf for volume 1s and then the second shelf for volumes in ongoing series. I think there's only a couple in there that are in the wrong shelves, but that's predominantly what I've been using that for. And then, yeah, the top shelf is to hold the monitor so Ben can play his games backwards, apparently. And then we have our TV and our game console set up, because I think outside of like manga and anime and stuff, our next shared love is the gaming. So you've got all our consoles down there. I've got an Xbox, you have the Switch docks, PC wedged in very badly. Have to zoom in on the badly wedged in PC, Benjamin. Over here at the moment we have the cat tree, which has been moved to make way for the Christmas tree. It is a big bulky one. It's really sturdy, like I can climb up this quite nicely. I'm not going to actually, because I don't want that on, I don't want that recorded. But we did have a smaller one, but our cats aren't the smallest. Are you, Una? She's come back. You want to come up the tree? Show up how you climb up the tree. Look at you go. You're gonna get in the basket. Why do you look so confused? There you go. Go on, get in your basket. But they're not the smallest of cats, and they would bring down the other tree that we had. Like, they'd run up it and it'd fall over. So we got this one which is really sturdy, and I'm wobbling it, and she's fine, and I can climb up it. As for how I get to the manga behind here, I just crawl around. It's not too bad, really. I can mostly reach around. And this isn't permanently here, it's just because of Christmas. Isn't that right, Una? Look at you, you're so cute! Up there, I have lots of my Nendoroid boxes. This isn't all of them, these are just the first wave. Any newer ones I've had I've stored elsewhere, but I might go move all of these as well, so I can put some manga on top up there too. But also I have the 15th anniversary Miku box because it's so pretty. I want to be able to see it down here as well as upstairs. I think on the left is a lot of Miku boxes. Oh no, there is some in there that aren't Miku, but a lot of them are. Again, some double stacking happening up there, but not too much. Also, a lot of down here is like reading vlogs I've not yet filmed. I think I've got November and really shamefully August. November is not too bad because it's still December, but the August one is shameful. I've managed to film September and October, but August is, for whatever reason, eluding me. A nice pretty fireplace here. My parents have had more made to go in other rooms so they'll all match, because this one is so pretty and grand and the other ones are just brick ones. But it's taken a lot of faff to find someone who'd be able to make them or attempt to have a go at making them. I have my Lego Disney. That was a 21st birthday present, I think, from my dad, and then some Christmas Mikus. This one isn't a Christmas Miku, it needed 5 to match. So Cinema Roll, Hurricane, Tornado, Beehive, Wasp Nest, Hair Miku is here as well. And then I have all these boxes. These are from Paper Chase. If anyone remembers Paper Chase, now they've gone bust. I absolutely adored that they did boxes in the same size but with different patterns. So I collect them, and there is stuff in some of them. I am umming about putting them somewhere else so I'd have more real estate for like Lego sets and Miku figures. That's so shameful. I hope that didn't peak on the microphone. Then we have the next corner. This is usually, this is where the sofa is at the moment. We have it wedged in the corner. We don't always have it wedged in the corner. Again, I'm sure you're like, how do you get to the manga down there? We moved the sofa.
Past the BL blanket.
Past the BL blanket? This isn't BL. It's villains are destined to die, Benjamin.
No, the BL blanket's upstairs.
The BL blanket's upstairs. But yeah, we've had the sofa wedged in the corner for the last few months. It's been quite nice, so we still watch the TV and everything. We have a nice big open space. We usually will eat in here, and we'll sit on the floor. We have cushions and like a floor seat, and we tend to sit on the floor to eat. So it's nice sitting back here. I sit back here a lot to read. I've got my big blanket, and then I usually end up with a cat or two on my lap. Sometimes for many, many, many hours. It won't leave me be, and then I have to sleep downstairs because that is the law. But yeah, if we're trying to get to Manga down here, putting stuff away or whatever, we'll just pull the sofa out. I have had a lot of people be like, why don't you put like bookcases on the back of your sofa to get more book space, shelf space or whatever. If I do that, I won't be able to move the room around as much. I won't be able to move the sofa back here or have it in the middle or to the side. I'd like being able to have the freedom of moving things around in this room, especially when I'm filming, because sometimes I film like at opposite ends of the room, just whatever I'm feeling or vibing with. Sometimes I'll film in the middle, to the side, back here, whatever. I like being able to have that option, so I don't really see myself putting shelving in the middle of this room, at least right now, or at all really. It is still my living room at the end of the day, where we eat our tea and like chill and watch TV and play games and read and all that. And then we have a whole load of plushies up on top. Some Winnie the Poohs, big ol' squished Squishmallow, and then some missed random boxes. Oh, there is some manga up there. I've got Inuyasha up there, but there isn't as much on top of the shelves up here, down here, sorry. For the longest while, the only manga I had on top of my shelves was the other side of the room, where I had the A4 volumes, because they're an annoying sized volume. A4 is just too big to fit on shelves. Like, I have like these shelves here, and like these ones are tall enough for a tall volume, but this one here isn't tall enough for a tall volume, so I like move them around depending. Because for the most part I do organise alphabetically, but recently I have tried to, in preference, have... Don't look at poor Walletcon crying. I've tried to instead prioritise having volumes stood up, so if a tall volume doesn't fit, I'll move it a shelf above or below so it can at least stand up. So it is still predominantly alphabetised, but I'm prioritising standing up more. Apart from when I've got stuff sitting sideways like this in front, that's fine. And these are some more to reads. I have piles of to read volumes everywhere. The last real big thing at the moment is the tree. Ah, do you like what my tree topper is? If you're asking how is she attached, lots of ribbon and tree bits up her arse is how she's staying up there. I'm quite pleased actually, because last year she fell down a lot. She has not budged at all this year. I lashed her well. But it is a very nice tree. I managed to get it for £60. Can you believe it? £60 off eBay. Ben, you're gonna trip over something going backwards like that.
I wanted to try and get the full tree in shot.
Get the full tree in shot. I'd rather you didn't crack your head open. Where am I going? Where am I going? Am I in the wrong way?
I'm just trying to get the entire tree in shot there.
It's too big of a tree.
It's more awkward than the shelves because the top of the tree's high on the bookcase.
It is. It is also attached to the wall. Just thankfully our cats aren't like crazy for climbing up it. I don't think they've climbed up it yet this year. It's been up a few weeks.
Yeah, they're just like playing with the baubles.
They like the dangly bits, so I put baubles at the bottom that are like bells that make noise so they can pat them. But sometimes they pull them off and then run off with them, and we find decorations like 2 rooms away.
Which is also why that tree's on the floor.
Which is why that tree's on the floor. But they also like to settle under the tree, which is cute because it's like they're a present. I think we head up to the next room. What do you think of the hallway decorations? It's pretty festive of a vibe, isn't it? Next room. Wee wee wee. Come in, come in. So this is our bedroom. It is the room directly above the one we were just in. So it has pretty much the same layout, I think. I think the ceilings are a little shorter in this room though, by about a foot, I want to say. They are also a little messy at the moment, but that is fine. There's no judgment here. Has the cat returned? Yuna! So kind of similar to downstairs, this wall is also lined with bookcases. The slight difference is instead of doing the little bit around the corner we have a full width, half width, full width, full width. So in theory we could potentially get a full width there, but currently that's where the cats have a little corner of food and water. We might change it one day when the building work's done and they don't have things in this room anymore. But when there is building work, this is the room they get locked in, basically, to not cause a mess or hurt themselves, so that's all going to stay until that's done. These shelves are really, really packed. You'll be able to see looking on top that I have stacked a load of series on top, predominantly longer running complete ones. So we've got like Seven Deadly Sins, Slam Dunk, Snow White and the Red Hair, Tagami Baki, Plunderer, really long ones, especially ones that I don't feel I'm going to end up touching as much if they're complete or such and such. Something I started doing this year post like MCM, I was buying a lot of keychains and key rings and stuff, and they're really, really cute, but like how do you show them off and stuff? So I started like dangling them on the bits where my shelves connect, like here, I've got this one here and that one there, both green Yuri. I have ended up with a lot of green Yuri keychains. I have another one here as well. This one's with a bow. Oh, and another one here. They don't stop. There's more and more. That one's quite cool though, because it also rotates. And then lots of earrings. This is the year that I got my ears pierced. I didn't have pierced ears before this year, so my sister's birthday was in February and she decided for her birthday she wanted to get her ears pierced. My mother had pierced ears but then took them out when I was born, and she decided to get them re-pierced, and then I thought, well, if my mother and sister are going, I'll go too and it'll be a really cute session. And we did. But here we have my earring wall, predominantly from that same place. I've really enjoyed these like clay ones. I do have some that aren't, and I've tried to group them by theme. I want loads of rainbow ones, so this whole row here is going to be just rainbow ones eventually, and then husbandos, and then like fandoms. Huh? Oh my gosh, both cats, they probably want treats. That's probably why they've come along. But yeah, this is our bedroom. Did I say that already? I can't remember. This is our bedroom. So we have this nice little walkway back there that we went through. And then on this side we have the bed. And then I have my favourite chair ever. I could just stay here and comfortably read. I usually have a cat with me. I have these two with me at the moment, but they probably just want some treats or some food. It's not food time yet, but it's super comfy. I love this chair. This is a, what's the word, like an outdoor garden chair. It's not like a proper one. I usually have a blanket thrown over it, but I don't at the moment, except for my bestest Beanie Boys. But I'd like to one day get a proper one, like a proper furniture inside-y one. I can't remember what they're called. Pasapan? I don't think that's what it's called, but I don't remember what it's called. I think it begins with a P. Oh, but they're super comfy, because I like being able to like stretch out, and I can sit cross-legged and all sorts, and I'll sometimes pull it up to the bed and put my legs up, and then I get a cat on my lap. And every now and again, a cat wants to get cozy. Does she want to get cozy today? And she'll sit like this, and I'll scritch her head and hit my microphone. And we'll just stay like this for a while, won't we, Una? Mika's grumpy because she's not had the treats. Oh, you're so cute! It's going to have an extra 20 minutes. I'm going to have a nap now. We'll finish the rest of the room tour in a bit. You can point it to the other side of the room, which is your shelves. So those are Ben's shelves, predominantly light novels. He has a bunch of like RPG books. He has the art books on top as well. He has some Penguins Classics clothbound, which are really pretty, and I want him to get more, but he says that he needs more space to get more, which I don't comprehend. But he's been quite valid, and that's very rude of him. There he is showing off all his RPG books. I need you to help me in the comments convince Ben to do some videos alongside me to show off his RPG books and art books and go through his light novel collection again. Also, Ben's been reading a lot of manga this year, so if you want to hear his 2025 manga review thoughts, also help me bully him in the comments for that. But he's also very bad at tracking what he's been reading. Oh no, you've started using Storygraph as well, haven't you? Okay, so you should actually know what you've read this year, which is a bonus over previous years. Yeah, this is... You'll either find me on the sofa, you'll find me here, or you'll find me in the last... Are you trying to get a shot of me or the cat? Okay. Look at Rika's butt, she looks like a turkey. Oh, she's coming to say hello. Oh, no, you're just
Like a nature photography.
a nature photographer. So a lot of people do ask me, like, are you not running out of space? Slightly-ish. So we've started putting some manga here, especially, again, like longer series or complete series in the Kallax where we have our clothes. Where you're going to put your clothes, I'm going to get rid of some clothes is what I'm going to do. And then ultimately have manga in these shelves as well. When we finish the building work, I'd like to try and have some form of shelving like this be floor to ceiling. That's what I'd really like. Ben is less keen because he's convinced manga's going to fall on his head while he sleeps. I think he's been overly paranoid. Don't give me that look. But we'll figure out something. I have ideas on how to actually make it safe, but that's what I'd quite like. I quite like this separation and this walkway. It's one of my favourite bits, and it's something I would like to recreate in another room, which I'll show you in a bit. So this is manga room 2, the bedroom. Let's go on to the next room. This is the last room, technically, and this is the study. So this is where Ben and I work. It is a bit snug, so Ben works on this side. Has Ben left it a mess?
I have left it a mess.
You have left it a bit of a mess. And then I work on this side. So we do have some bookcases here. We have 2 full widths and a half width. So originally when Ben and I worked in here, there was the Kallax was on this wall here, but with some slight rejigging, we managed to get the bookcases in. So that's why the Kallax is in the middle of the room. It was so we could get these bookcases in. It is quite snug. Isn't too bad though. We do both work in here. We both work from home, and we both work in here. We also both work at the same company. So how we're not sick of each other, I don't know. Why would we be sick of each other, Ben? That's so sappy. Mika's taking my chair. Have a look at my desk. There's Mika. Just trying to get the tinsel. There is a lot less tinsel around the house this year. Usually the cats will pluck it, which is annoying, but this year they have started to eat it, which is very naughty. So a lot less tinsel this year, and it's all raised and only in spots where we can supervise. But this is my side. This is my side of the room. This is where I work. This is where I work. It's where I edit videos, do live streams, all sorts. I also have all of my Mikus behind me, my beautiful Mikus with their matching Nendoroids. I love them. These probably all need a bit of a proper tidy up as well. Probably hopefully try and do some more sorting over the next few weeks over our holidays. So yeah, so this is the Kallax. We also on this end have my nail polish collection, because I do like doing funky nails. I mostly do nail stickers now, but you put a colour under the sticker before you use it. I'm going to also do a clear out of these over the holidays, because some of them are old and a bit shit. So I'm going to clear out the ones that are a bit shit and old and I don't use anymore. I predominantly use Barry M and Holo Taco. I really like Holo Taco, but they're Canadian, so I have to post those over, and that's... yeah. These shelves, these are the only shelves I have that are white. I'm not really opposed to white or black. I kind of like them both. I think it depends on the vibes in the room. I like them white in the room we're working in.
I'm going to try and get a bigger shot.
You're going to try and go up my nose, Ben? Ah! You're just going to sit down. I think Ben just wants to sit down. So yeah, these are the only white shelves I have. And then I tried to make these more like favourite shelves and grouping some things I quite liked, because I'm sat in here so much while I'm working, editing, playing games, doing all sorts. I spend more time in here probably than anywhere else. So I've kind of got some favourites going on. So this middle shelf here is like all of my favourite series with some cute little shrines. So these 2 shelves are Villains Are Destined to Die. This shelf up here is the Otherworld's books depend on the bean counter. I'm hoping we're going to get loads more merch from this in the coming months with the anime coming. January 6th. Put it in your calendar. I have some cute Mikus and then some just sort of Misk Manhwa, another series I quite like up there. And then at the bottom end of the shelves, it's predominantly like Villainess series. A lot of brought up all the Villainess series to have them all grouped together, which is quite nice. But then also to break away from my alphabeticalness, these shelves here, I decided to group all of my Eyes Press together. So Eyes Press is an imprint from Yen Press. It is Manhwa. And I've just really liked having them grouped together. I don't know why. I think it looks quite nice. and it is tempting me to do it with other publishers and imprints, very annoyingly. Can't believe it's tempting me like that. I am running a little bit out of room. You can see I've got some here double stacked, and I also have a bunch in my reading vlogs to bring up too. I am pretty much entirely up to date with Eyes Press, and you might be like, I don't see this volume here. There's a chance that it's probably just in my reading stacks downstairs. Apart from the box, so I think the box is the only one I've fallen behind on. And then the same over here, I decided to again group the Steamship imprint. So these are all my Steamship volumes, and again, I'm pretty much entirely up to date, and if you don't see it, it's probably down in my reading piles. I did start finding these cute like little book, I've forgotten what the word is. What's the word? Divider?
Maybe.
It looks like a book sign, a bookshop sign, and this one says smut, which really makes me giggle. I have another one. Where's the other one? Oh, it's over there. It's in the Eyes Press, and it says TBR, which is kind of a lie because I've read almost all of my Eyes Press. I need to put it somewhere else, really. I do quite like the white. What was a real pain, what was really hard, was finding fairy lights with warm white and then like clear cabling, piping, what's the word? Because sometimes they usually don't say if it's green or clear. So that was harder than I expected it to be. So this is technically the last room of Manga, but you notice that this room is quite cramped. Ben and I are finding at the moment that with what we do with work, we are doing a lot more work calls, and it can be a bit tricky if we're back to back. The last room we're going to go into is where Ben and I are intending to move our office in the new year sometime, where we finish clearing it out. And I have shown it before on my house tour. But this is it, like close to being ready. So I have been doing a load of clearing out of stuff of both my parents and my granddad's, and it's just taken a very, very long time to sort out. And we haven't got much left, just a couple of tables of stuff, and I've covered most of it just because it's my parents and my grandparents' stuff. But that's what I've done a lot this year. It's where I've lost a lot of my time. I've spent a lot of time doing this year, trying to get this all cleared out. This was like filled to the brim initially, but this is where Ben and I are going to be moving our desks and office into. Hopefully I'm going to be sat in this corner, probably my desk here, bookcases in this corner, moving some more of my favourites, and then Ben's going to have this corner over here with more bookshelves behind him as well, if he fancies. Maybe some light novels, maybe. And then we'll have bookcases along this wall here. Not this one, that one's going to move out to another room. Probably white ones again, the cats are messing. But we do have to keep it open because this is the way into the attic. So we do need to have like a nice corridor moving space in this direction. So these tables will all move out when we manage to finish clearing everything out. Bookcase on this wall, bookcase in that corner, bookcase in that corner. And then maybe the Kallax in the middle. I'm not entirely sure. We'll figure it out once it's all sorted, but that'll hopefully, fingers crossed, be sometime early next year. And I think we're both really excited, aren't we, Ben? Yeah. Otherwise, I think that is everything from this video. Apologies again, it isn't the manga collection tour that I'm sure a lot of people were hoping for. I do apologise, just finding the time. Unless you want a video where I'm just like scooting over the shelves, I don't mind doing that. It'll just be very quick and I won't be chatting as much. But I do want to do a chatty one mid next year. That's my current goal, is to try and shift it. I think having it around Christmas was nice because this is like my YouTube anniversary around the 20th, I think. And also Christmas time, it's fun, but it just ends up being too much with everything else going on. So we're going to shift it to mid next year, and I'll still try and do nice videos like this instead around Christmas time and anniversary time. If you enjoyed, remember to like and subscribe, and you're interested in early access, check out my channel memberships found down below. Remember to leave a comment saying thank you to Ben, isn't he wonderful? Oh, look at him blush. But otherwise, I hope you have a most wonderful day, and I'll see you next time. Bye!